Welcome back to the channel, and today this knife review, it's a chef knife from my favorite company Cangshan, and it's a Kita series 8-inch chef knife with magnetic wooden sheath. Great. So this is one of their premium series, like a top level. I think only Thomas Keller collection is more expensive than this Kita series, and as you can see, it's something very special. You have a very nice look for the blade and the handle. You have a hammered finish here, Damascus, of course, some sort of like a central layer of laminated steel, and fully forged construction with a very nice handle. I actually don't know it's like G10 or micarta. Looks like more like a micarta to me, blue and black. Mosaic pin, rear bolster. Very nice knife and very nicely made. So what it is, why Kanshan is doing this? Because they actually want to compete with market's favorite or whatever chef's favorite Shun Premier series. And as you can see, they have a very similar style for the blade itself. Yes, the handle is a little different. Also, rear bolster here, fully forged construction, but this is more like a barrel-shaped handle of something like a paca wood, stabilized wood. Here, no mosaics, no modern materials like G10 or micarta. But anyway, that's fine. This is one of the best, I should say, one of the best production series Japanese knives which you can buy for the money. And this is the rival, right? From Kanshan. It's from China, but it is a Japanese look. Similar things here. So let's answer the question for us. Is this knife as good as this knife? Does it worth buying this knife if you really want this knife? And of course, depending on how you ask the question, the answer can be in favor of this knife or this knife, because they are a little bit different. They may look the same. They kind of make this impression, feature impression, construction impression right in front to you that they are very similar, but in fact they are actually not. So let me go through those details, and at the end of this video we'll try to kind of answer those questions. Not even try, I will ask those questions in a different way, and I will answer them from my opinion, from what I see. But let's first focus on this knife, and then again get back to this knife and compare. So first of all, what it is, I already said it's a Kita series, one of the primary or like an upscale versions of Kanshan knives made in China, but very nice quality of execution, as you know Kanshan can do, and what you would expect here. It comes in a very nice presentation type of box with my lovely logo, beautiful function, care instructions, a little bit of information about the series. It's actually a very nice series. You can get a lot of different knife types here. Cleaning, storage, copper rivet, mosaic rivet maintenance. Okay, good information, good to know. Comes with a wooden sheath, as you can see. Let's actually try this on. This is something what I criticize usually knife makers. So if they include a sheath like this, like a hard case, it's gotta be made in a way that it doesn't rattle. So this one is a magnetic, so you can feel those magnets as you insert it in, but at the end it still rattles. You hear it? So it rattles a little, but sometimes little is enough to damage your edge. So again, if you want to store it in a drawer, maybe it's better to still use this one. If you want to be absolutely perfect edge maintenance type of guy, so I recommend leather sheaths, which even if they rattle, they don't. If it doesn't even rattle, I mean, they usually more like a soft towards the blade and they will not damage. These ones I made myself, and you can buy some of them. So I don't recommend this. I mean, don't recommend this type. I don't recommend plastic like this. It's not good. So let's get rid of that and focus on the knife. As I said, very nice knife, and I don't want to kind of go super in the high level of details of how it's done. You probably know what to expect. Very nice edge. So in this type of series, they make this edge absolutely perfect. I don't see any issues with the edge. The tip is good. The heel is good. There's a very minor rounding on the heel of the blade, but no rough edges here. Nicely chamfered or whatever, a little bit rounded spine. Very nice transition here. No issues, no gaps, nothing. So from that point of view, from the presentation, from the construction, very nice knife for yourself or as a gift. So now let's talk about what's actually not very good with this knife. And if we just put this aside, I mean, the second knife, what is not good, again, just to criticize Cangshan a little bit, but anyway, even with what I'm going to say right now, it is a very nice knife. And again, it will be a very nice knife for you, very good gift. So, it's not straight. You will see, you probably will not be able to see it through the camera, but it's not literally like bent. It is like the blade is straight, but usually the way this knife is not constructed, the way it's made, it's this piece of metal, it is forged into the bolster. So it's already different steel here. So take a look. If I put the knife on this side and press hard here, my tip is on the table. Okay, if I put this knife like this, press hard on the handle, the tip is up in the air, like literally this much, so I can put my finger there. So it is bent to the right if I'm looking away from me. Is it a feature? No, I think it's just the manufacturing defect. It's not a big of a defect. You pretty much don't feel those few millimeters off. So when you chop, it's okay. It's as expected. So another thing which I would criticize this knife on is overall weight, and it's, of course, it is handle heavy. With this handle, it is very heavy, good materials, rear bolster, it will be handle heavy. So in my opinion, it's a little bit handle heavy, but it's bearable. It doesn't make you feel too heavy. So overall knife impression is, yes, it is a bit heavy, but a little bit handle heavy, but not too bad. So the balance is a little bit beyond this pinch grip point, so it's somewhere right around this edge, so difficult to balance it here on the camera. So this is the balance area for this knife. Comparing with this one, feels lighter. The balance point is right here where you pinch grip it. Maybe a little bit further to be honest, but in this knife it's noticeably way further out of the pinch grip towards the handle. So why it is in general heavy? Because it's a little bit thick in general for my taste. It's a little bit over 2 millimeters thick on the spine, when this one is 1.9, 1.8. It feels lighter. So, and then also, yes, I'm already getting into comparison kind of thing, but that it is what it is. That's what we need. So we need this to be a little bit wider, a little bit taller. So the difference here literally in just a few millimeters, but I feel it. I feel this one is a couple millimeters more high, and then this one it would be a couple millimeters narrower than this one. So anyway, good knife, but this one from geometry, from my point of view, is a little bit better. One more thing to say. about this knife. The way Cangshan positions them as a top tier knife, of course, everything is super cool about this knife. They say it's X7 steel, and nobody knows what kind of steel it is. They say it's very superior steel, better than Shun. Of course, they want to be better than Shun in this also, but nobody knows what it is. It's a proprietary Cangshan steel. What does it mean? It means that it's some steel which is already on the market. Maybe they modified it a little bit. They ordered a batch of already known good steel, which is made in China somewhere, and branded it for them as X7. If that would be something like a super steel, like a powder steel, of course they would put a logo of that steel like they do on Thomas Keller with RWL34. If it would be like a Swedish Sandvik steel, they would put it. It's some sort of Chinese-made steel, which is good. Usually it should be good, but it's not something which would wow people. So they have to invent their own proprietary steel and say, yeah, it's so good. But in reality, it might be something like AUS 10. It can be VG10 type of steel. It can be X10, MOV, whatever, made in China. It can be any of those steels, which are actually pretty good for the cutlery, like this. But again, not impressive. It's not a powder steel, I think. It's not a super steel, the way people say it. That's the thing. So, it's good hardness. Why I stress on this point, why kind of think it's not very good. It's not that bad, but it's not good for us as for knife people. So we want to know what kind of steel it is, so we know what is the proper way to sharpen this knife. Yes, of course, if you don't know, if you're good sharpening, if you don't know what you're doing, you will figure out very soon how to properly sharpen this knife. But anyway, that's the thing. Regardless of the overall quality, and if Cangshan is honest with us on the materials and construction, yes, they are. This is the NSF logo, National Safety Foundation. So it means that everything they claim about materials, construction quality is true and should be tested and should be certified to be food safe. And again, from materials point of view, there should be no fake materials. If they would put some steel, they probably shared some data with the NSF to certify the steel, but not with us. But anyway, whatever. This is also NSF certified, if you wondering. So now let's talk about, is this knife as good as this one, but half the price? Let's start from a pricing point of view. This one is usually around 250. This MSRP, this one is 130. For almost like a half the price, is it as good knife as this one? No. I answered the question. From the let's say you want to buy them with a discount, you can buy sometimes this knife with this discount of 20, 30, 40, sometimes 50%. Then it's a half price. Then it gets into the same price range as this one is full price. Of course, buy this one. If you want to go and get a discounts on this knife, go get those discounts and buy this knife for cheaper, because then comparing to the full price of this one, it just doesn't match. It's like you can buy 3 knives like this for the price of one. And of course, regardless of all the differences, this would be a better choice. Cangshan. This is from a pricing point of view. If you can get one with a good price, with the discount and so on, get it. Don't really sure, you're not really sure, find them in retailers. They are here and there in US, in good stores, maybe in Crate and Barrel, maybe in some upscale malls. You will find them, and you can hold it in hand and feel it, and maybe buy later online. That's the smart way to spend your time and money if you're really interested. But don't forget, the biggest difference between this knife and this knife is the actual edge. Don't think that this knife is very easy to manage. So this is the biggest difference, because if you want this knife, you need to be ready for this very, very thin edge. It is so thin that probably you will see it through the camera. If I press it on the nail, it just bends. So this is a very, very thin edge, almost like a zero edge. And that's what Cangshan was not able to do. This edge is good, it's sharp, but it's not that thin. It's a regular edge. So this is my main point for the whole summary and conclusion for this video. If you really want this super thin edge, this is not an alternative regardless of the price. This is a totally different performance, totally different feeling you will have with this knife. But you need to know how to take care of this edge, how not to damage it, how to maintain it, how to avoid sharpening and hone it as much as you can so it stays like this for a long time. Don't chip it, nothing hard against this edge. So you are literally, you're like becoming a slave to this thin edge if you buy something like this. So if that's not for you, don't even buy this knife. Buy maybe Shun Classic or something like that. And even this thing will be better than Shun Classic if I would compare them like this. So if you just want a good looking knife, good quality, good steel, good edge, sharp, beautiful, good protection sheath, whatever. You don't care if it's made in China. I don't care if it's made in China. China makes very good knives. Don't care about this one being done in Japan. This is a very good choice for this very like upscale looking premier materials, wonderful thing. For that, it is a good knife. For full price, it is a good knife. If you can buy it with discount, a regular edge, you will not damage it that quickly, you will not chip it that quickly. It will stay sharp, hopefully very long, and you can sharpen it with the regular tools. Yeah, so very good choice. So this is the conclusion for this video. From a look, yes, this knife is exactly like this. From a feel, no, it's not. For the money, very good choice. Careful choice. So let's wrap it up. Thank you for watching. I hope I answered some of those questions. Those knives are very popular. This one is being advertised here and there all the time. Again, want to see the pricing on those knives? Subscribe to Shun, subscribe to Cangshan for your email. You will always get an email with promotions, discounts, sales, whatever it is. From both of those makers, you can get up to 50% direct through the year. Just wait and get your deal which suits you. One more time, thank you for watching, and there will be another Cangshan knife on the channel soon, and Italian knives.